my first song on the ukulele with my friend. I think I was 7. We smell all the roses in the rose bush. What a wonderful life.
From how she's allowed to act around others, to what she can do on stage, and more things you likely didn't think of, allow me to show you some strict rules Billie Eilish has to follow, but doesn't.
Do you want to win any of these items on your screen? If so, be sure to watch the whole video, leave a like, and comment the hidden message. And with that being said, let's get right into the video.
6. Don't be generic. In the music industry, being generic isn't just a bad thing, it's almost like a cardinal sin. Because if you're generic in your looks, your sounds, your style even, it can be a very quick way to get out or be kicked out of the industry. Thankfully, Billie Eilish isn't like this. From her looks to her songs, she's anything but basic or a knockoff version of, or other generic puns you can put on here. She made her own raw music and put it online and let the fans decide whether they liked it or not. They did, and now she's one of the biggest music acts in the industry right now.
I'm not gonna waste your time. I'm really not. I love you. Thank you for this.
This also applies to how and why she writes her songs. According to her, her very first song she wrote when she was only 4 years old, and the subject matter was about her being sucked into a black hole. I mean, if that works for you. Then there's the song Bellyache, which she wrote with her brother and was very explicit at points about how to take someone's life. Obviously, they didn't actually hurt someone to get the ideas for the song, but the fact that they wrote it at all shows that there's some serious darkness in Billie and her brother.
Tore my shirt to stop you bleeding, but nothing ever stops you leaving.
Regardless of her age. Billie Eilish is never afraid to be raw, unapologetic, and do the songs that she personally wants to do, which is likely why a lot of people are drawn to her and her style of music. And as she grows even more and likely has more hit songs, her style and personality are going to grow in various ways, and maybe even in ways that many aren't expecting. So while this strict rule may be one that a lot of artists have to face in some form or another, we can take comfort in the fact that Billie won't ever want to be generic.
Oh my God.
5. Give the fans their space. There are a lot of music fans out there. Many even span many genres in regards to musical tastes, which is fine for the record. And for them, the thing they want to do is not just support their favorite artists, but see them. That's why so many fans try and go to concerts featuring their faves so that they can potentially see them up close and maybe even interact with them. Billie Eilish most definitely is one of those artists who is known to interact with her fans as much as she can. But the love for her fans has also gotten her in trouble with the powers that be because of the fact that she would rather interact with them all while singing rather than just singing on stage. She even has a security team meant to keep fans back, but Billie loves to interact with her fans anyway. Many celebrities are appreciative of their fans in one form or another, but when it comes right down to it, many see them as a means to an end and a way to get them more fame and money if they do something right. But that's not how Billie Eilish sees things. She's much better than that. She's been noted as saying that to her, the fans she has aren't her fans. In fact, they are her family. She knows that it's impossible to give the fans everything that they want, including her time, but she also knows that without them, she's nothing. Them listening to her music and spreading it around gave her the fame that she now has. And so she's rather indebted to them and sometimes goes out of her way to ensure that they get up close and personal with her at times. In her own words, she said, "Physicality is important," meaning that to touch the fans and show them that she cares is vitally important to her. During one concert, she basically did a stage dive from the outside of a gate, mind you, and let a bunch of fans hug her even though the security guy next to her was trying to pull her back. She wouldn't let him because she wanted to give fans what they deserve, her love. And if that means she breaks a rule put down by the people above her, so be it. But that love she's showing her fans is making them love her all the more, which means they're more likely to buy her stuff. So doesn't that mean she wins by breaking the rules?
I'll DM them and ask them if they're okay, because just because I really care.
4. Style of performance. What kind of concerts do you like to see? Do you like to see a lot of pomp and circumstance? Or do you prefer the more simple and basic shows that really let the performers connect with the audience? With Billie Eilish, she definitely prefers the latter when she can. This is for a very basic reason: her fans. While it's true that when fans go to a concert, they expect to be entertained, there's a difference between being entertained and being put into a spectacle. Billie loves her fans so much that she prefers to be up close and personal with them, not just in how she acts with them, but how she sings to them. She was asked about this once and noted that she likes to perform like she's in the pit, meaning up close and personal and with nothing but her voice and moves, which she's happy to flex on stage. This, again, speaks to the nature of Billie Eilish as a performer. Apparently, when she was young, she didn't like to show off more than her voice, and that clearly has translated here. So when you see Billie Eilish perform like she does, know that she's doing that because of you, her fans.
This has happened, so yay!
3. Her attire. When you look at Billie Eilish, you know you're viewing a very special person because she doesn't dress like all the other celebrities in Hollywood. She believes in the beauty and power of personality and individualization. So to that end, she refuses to be in the same outfits and stylized gear that singers like Taylor Swift or Madonna or Beyonce or even Lady Gaga like to wear. If you look at Billie, she definitely doesn't look like some of the typical talents out there. Mainly because she thinks they try and copy other people's style and art. And that's not her. She's her own woman and thus has her own style and feelings on things. Everything she does is because she wants to do it. She wants to be in control of her own story in terms of who writes what about her. Her outfits are her own choice. She writes songs that allow her to express herself and not be a copy of others, and so on and so forth. Diving deeper, you'll notice that she wears a lot of baggy clothes instead of skin-tight outfits. This is her choice because she doesn't want people judging her body in any way. Then, when people call her out for dressing like a guy and other things, she straight up calls them out and notes that if she were a guy, they wouldn't be complaining. Billie's doing her style her way and on her own terms, and that's another big reason why she resonates with fans, because she likes to dress like they would.
So I don't wear little shorts because I don't need anybody looking at the nothing back there.
2. Seeking help when needed. You've no doubt heard the term outspoken, and sometimes that gets celebrities in trouble, and sometimes it makes them heroes. In Billie Eilish's case, it's a bit trickier because she's never afraid to get vocal when it comes to her beliefs about life, fans, and more. She's even dissed other musical artists after she found out how they treat their fans, again showing her loyalty to those who have supported her. Because of the restrictions on her language, more or less anyway, Billie relies on her brother more than ever.
Being Billie Eilish's brother is all I ever want to be. I love Billie more than anything else.
He's often backstage at her concerts, and when she's done performing, the two talk, discuss what's going on in her head, and more. Billie has noted many times that her brother acts like the voice of reason to her and helps her control her impulses while also giving her sound advice. It's good to see that she is tight with her family and sees them as a place of strength and refuge to go to in times of need. Many celebrities don't have that, and due to this, they suffer. 1. Monitoring her health. The mental strain of the musical industry is something that often goes unspoken for various reasons. Not the least of which is because most celebrities don't want to show weakness or make people think that they're cracking under the pressure. Billie Eilish is someone who understands this more than most. Billie has struggled on and off with depression and anxiety during her life, and she's not even that old. Though part of what fuels some of her very raw lyrics is this depression and anxiety. By her own admission, if it wasn't for music, she doesn't feel like she would be alive today. And while she's having the time of her life in some ways, there's no doubt that some things she's going through right now are bringing back some of that depression and anxiety. Constant schedules that need to be filled and maintained, entertaining millions, making songs, it can weigh on a person's mind. One thing to note though, we do know that Billie Eilish has her own physical issue to deal with, as Eilish has admitted that she has the condition known as Tourette syndrome.
It's something I've lived with my whole life, and everybody knows, like everybody in my family, all my friends, all the people that are closest to me know I have it.
For those who don't know, Tourette syndrome is a physical condition that has the body partaking in random tics. and this was revealed to be the case with Eilish through some interviews that she did where the tic showed up. Tourette's is a very unique condition as it's not exactly a harmful one in most cases. In fact, the syndrome doesn't even require treatment by doctors most of the time after diagnosis. However, it can evolve given time and makes it much harder to treat. The full extent of Eilish's condition is unknown, and she's not likely to tell us. But if it does advance, it could weigh heavily on her mental health, and that would be bad on numerous levels. Only time will tell, though, in regards to how far it's going to go. To be clear, she's not in danger of immediate health risk, but by her own admission, these things can take a swing at any moment. So this is one rule that she'll definitely want to follow.
I just never said anything because I didn't want that to define who I was.
So what do you think? What do you think of these rules that Billie Eilish has to follow? Do you think that others are wise to put these rules on her? Or do you think they're trying to contain someone who doesn't want to be contained? Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on the channel.
A simple reminder on how to enter our brand new giveaway. We will be giving away either an iPhone X Max, the new iPad mini, or a MacBook Pro. It's really your choice. So be sure to leave a like, comment the keyword, subscribe, and turn on notifications to enter the giveaway. It's really that simple. Go for it.